Sorry about that. We're back.
Now we're back.
Apparently our live stream is tired, but we're not. We're still going, and hopefully you guys are as well. Yes, so we've got a lot lined up in this segment here. It'll go from about 1:30 till about 2:15. There's a new challenge we're going to post, but before we get into that, I think we need to give away a pair of golden scissors.
I think we do as well.
All right, so we're going to go over to Emily, who's going to kind of give you a recap of what the heck is going on with this party, like how you interact and all of that. And she's going to give away a pair of golden scissors to someone who was participating in the first segment. So what's going on, Emily?
Hey guys, so there's so many people here. I'm so excited to talk to everyone. We have a couple from our last challenge that we just did on the Facebook page, the Decorate Your Own Cup and the Decorate an Ornament. We do have a couple winners. I think Megan is still pulling the last one, but we'll try and get that to you for the end of the segment. So, because I had announced a couple prizes, but then we decided let's have one more. So Kelly Joy Etienne, Etienne, you are the winner of a $100 gift card to Blitsy that you can send right now. Make sure, if you are watching, send a email over to support@blitsy.com, and they are going to get you hooked up with your credits as fast as they can, and you can start spending them. The winner of the Creating in Faith collection, which Carissa showed us and is beautiful, is Debbie Ramey. So you have won all the stamps and rub-ons and journaling cards, everything in that collection. And then our final winner of the fuse tool and some fun accessories is going to be Virginia Edwards. So if you are a winner, please email, of any of those three prizes I just announced, please email support@blitsy.com so that we can get all of your information and either get you your credits or be able to get your prize. I also have to give away, so if you've been following us this month, you probably know about the Blitsy Golden Scissors. But if you don't know yet, we are giving away 200 pairs of scissors this month that look just like this. And if you get a pair of these scissors, you are entered to win $1,000 to shop at Blitsy. That's a lot of craft supplies. If you don't win the $1,000, there's 10 people that are going to win a year's worth of craft supplies. So only 200 of these scissors going out to people, 11 chances to win. I'm going to give away like 3. I think I'm going to give away like 3 right now.
Right now? Wow.
Yeah.
You're up in the ante.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm doing it. We're giving away 3 pairs of scissors.
Oprah Emily.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing 3.
I'm just going to do 3. Katie said 1, I said 3. Let's go. All right. I am going to give away a pair of golden scissors to Ninja Charm, Janelle Reyes, and Hawaiian Brat. You guys have been chatting with us. I know a lot of you have been on our broadcasts recently and so excited on Facebook and everything. So you guys are going to be golden scissors winners. Email support@Blitsy with your information, and we will get these sent out to you as well as soon as possible.
All right, so that's a lot.
So much.
Love having winners. Love that everyone's participating. Now is your chance. Before we get too into it, we need to give you some time. So watercolor. That is the challenge for this segment. Anything watercolor. Basically, watercolor paints, using your markers, using your colored pencils. Distress inks. Whatever you want, watercolor. We're going to get into some watercolor stuff in a little bit, but that is the challenge. It will be the top post on our Facebook event so that you can enter your projects there, and the prize, did she say what the prize for that was?
I don't think so.
The prize for that is actually a Ken Oliver prize pack. So Color Burst, that's another great watercoloring medium. You'll get a best ever craft mat, I think it's a...
Sure, we can throw it in there.
Yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of Ken Oliver stuff in that. They'll post a picture of that giveaway on the Facebook group as well. So get watercoloring and tune in here because we're going to show you some demos. First one is actually the fuse tool, and we're going to show you kind of what that is, how you can use it in a couple of different ways. And to kind of kick that off, we're going to show you a video of using the fuse tool for a shaker card. how fun and easy is that? She just made a shaker card using the fuse tool. If you're not familiar, this actually fuses the plastic page protectors together to make your own pockets for pocket page scrapbooking, or like you saw in that video, doing shaker cards. So that one Megan did, and just as we were sitting over there, our creative team member Chrissy here whipped another one up. So that we're going to show you that one too for a little bit more inspiration. Can you show us kind of what you've been doing?
So I made this, and honestly, it took me probably under 10 minutes to do. They sell, actually, it's called Fusibles, and it's also by We Are Memory Keepers, and it's made to go with the fuse tool. So instead of having normal paper, it's actually kind of like this plastic bendable paper. So you actually can fuse it directly onto other plastic paper.
So are these plastic as
well?
Yes,
everything in here is plastic. All the little embellishments it comes with, there's like little sentiments. They have all kinds of little like diamonds and hearts and banners. And if you're afraid to make a shaker, because I know some of us are, it comes with these little pockets, and it opens up, and you just drop the sequins in, which also comes with a ton of sequins.
Perfect.
And then all I did, dropped the sequins in, I fused it all together, and then I fused the embellishments and the sentiments.
Very cool.
So cute.
Let's show it. Yeah, show it on here so they can see more up close.
There you go. It's
so pretty.
And you can see I even used the fuse tool to make like a little decoration on there.
Seam.
So super
And then you'd fuse
easy.
those on there too.
And it looks like sewing, because I am definitely sewing deficient. So this way it makes it look like I can kind of sew. So it's really easy, really cool. The fuse tool heats up super fast. Like I said, I mean, it was actually probably closer to like 5 minutes. So it looks super professional. It was really easy.
Everything on this card was in this little kit.
Every single thing.
That's
There's
awesome.
a ton left. And most of it seemed like it was duplicates. Like there were 2 of the thanks and all the stuff. So you don't have to worry about hoarding anything.
I love that. I literally just like dropped that stuff on the table, and I'm like, maybe they'll make something with it. And 5 minutes later, she's like, I did a shaker card. So very cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. No problem.
So the fuse tool actually comes with a little stand, so that when you're working, you can put it on the stand, and it has a ruler so you can make your lines straight. And then there's some accessories other than the fusibles. There's even a craft mat, like holster craft mat that you can use, because it does heat up, and it's like a rubber mat that you can work on, and then there's a little holster in it that you can put the tool in too. So that's all part of the Black Friday sale as well. And I know that's been, like, I was reading everyone's wish list.
Yeah.
And Fuse was on, like, every single one of them
Really?
that I saw.
It is amazing. And we obviously showed you 2 shaker cards, but people are getting really creative with this tool. And Claudia actually created this really cute little monogram or initial tag. It got taken off the package, but there was a little bow on it. And she just used, I think it was a chipboard C, traced it on her plastic sheet here, fused it, dumped in some sequins, some glitter, and it's a really festive little Christmas tag.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Just using it for other purposes as well. You just take any page protector, and you can do whatever shapes you want. You could make this, and for those of you that were making ornaments, if you're still making any, you could use this, put that on your tree. So,
and I don't know if you guys caught it when we had Carissa on. She was showing that she actually used it to create a tag with her Creating in Faith. So many things you can do with your little fuse tool.
Okay, so what are people thinking of the fuse tool, Emily?
Yeah.
They are, like, there's so many people that I think have been wanting to try this out. So this has been great for them to be able to see the demos. Obviously, Chrissy is so great with her little demos. She made that card in like 7 minutes after she got here. So it makes it look so easy. And I think a lot of people are going to be adding it to their cards tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, if you haven't gotten it, make sure you get it, because it's that awesome.
It really is. All right, so next, let's just move on, because this is like super, super fast. Hopefully you guys are watercoloring. Facebook group top post has the challenge information there. But we're going to move on to the most incredible stamping tool invented, aka the new Misty. And I know this is on a lot of people's lists as well. Also a part of the Black Friday deal happening right now. Megan's had some time to play with this most incredible stamping tool invented. And so let's take a look.
How it works. So with the Misty, you're actually going to get this little stamping board here. And it comes with a little foam pad, and it has this acrylic kind of lid here that kind of flap that kind of opens and closes. It comes with 2 magnets that will hold your paper, whatever you're stamping, in place. And then it comes with this grid line paper. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I did here. The Misty is great because it allows you to get a perfectly stamped image, and you can create multiple cards or multiple whatever you're making using it, because once you line up your stamps, you just keep stamping, and you
So
can
for like your
mass
Christmas
produce.
cards, you can just find a design that you love and mass produce those Christmas cards, because
who's got the time,
who's
right?
got the time? I mean, depending on how many you have to do, but this makes it really easy.
Yeah. So I just created, just using my acrylic block here. You could use the Misty, but I just created just a quick card here, and then you can see using the Misty, I just mass produced that same card. So you could also, like I said, you could, decide where you want your stamps. I mean, you could just arrange them and then flip this over to get the stamps, but just for purposes, I'm just going to show you. I already have my design here, and then what I'm going to do is take my little stamps and just align them with, I don't think that's the right one. I'm going to align them with, like, where are my little stamps here? I think I have the wrong ones. Hold please. Okay. So I'm just going to take my stamps face down and put them right on top of the image. Just, let's see, I'm going to start with my big guys here. My other big snowflake. And put this one in the corner. And then I should have one more. Here we go. And this one, that's not the right one. Bear with me, guys. My stamps are all over the place here. We'll just use this one for the sake. Okay. Put that down like that. And then I'm going to take my little stamper here. I'm going to press down, and it's going to lift up on those stamps. So now when I go back to restamp it, it's going to be in the same exact place. I'm going to just take this guy out. I'm going to grab my piece of paper here. I'm just going to use my little magnet there to hold it in place. Take my little inker here and just, let's do the silver, and just ink up my stamps. I know Laurel on our creative team is obsessed with this thing. I think she uses it for most of her projects. And I can see why she's obsessed, because it's so easy to, like I said, get consistent images and then also create multiple cards or whatever projects you're doing with this machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the lid here, give it a nice press, and then open it. Voila! And then just move this guy right back out so I can get the other smaller stamps that I did here. And I'm just gonna.
So that you can change up the color.
Yep, change up the color, because I guess it depends. I mean, you could probably put all of them on one, but I'm not really good with stamping, so I don't want to accidentally.
I guess, you could do the same color at the same time.
You could do the same color.
Or you could do different colors at the same time.
I just don't trust myself, because I feel like I would accidentally get a little bit of my ink on the other snowflake, and then I'd ruin my whole design. So you can kind of do whatever you want, but that's how I choose to do my stamping, because I'm a little hesitant sometimes. So, all right, so I'm just going to lay my stamps on top of the smaller snowflakes here, and we're just going to repeat that same step of just putting them on top with, make sure that the actual stamp part is face down. And then we're going to press down again. And I'm going to peel these guys off and move them to the side. Move that to the side. Flip it. Oops. Flip it over. Press down, and you can see it easily lifts those stamps. And when I go to stamp again, they're going to be in the same exact spot. Switch this guy out, put this guy back in, and then we'll ink these. And I'm sure, hopefully you guys are seeing how this could become quite the addicting tool. Anyone have any questions over there, Emily? What do people think? People have the Misty? Are they loving it?
People either have the Misty or they really want the Misty.
Yeah.
So, and we've got a great price on it right now. It is, regular price is $68. We've got it for $45.56. That is a steal for like the hottest stamping. People love this tool. Someone did ask, does it adjust to the thickness of the stamps you're using? Like, is there a stamp like that's too thick to use, or is there a certain thickness that's best?
So it works with your cling and clear stamps, and then I'll show you when I'm done here. If your stamp is a little bit thicker, you can see once again I'm lifting that up, perfect stamp. This little mat here comes out, so it creates a deeper, bigger depth, I guess, for any of your larger stamps. So depending on how thick or thin your stamps are, you can remove this little pad, or if they're like mine and they're a little bit, they're not as thick, you can place your little pad right in there and you're good to go. So hopefully that answers your question. All right, so one last stamp here. I'm gonna take my little happy winter sentiment here. I'm gonna grab it and just lay it over the one that I already did. Remove these guys.
Things are going fast too, guys, just so you know. Like, I want to create a little sense of urgency, not to scare anyone, but like, I saw the best ever craft mat went like that. So I know if there's something that's like super duper on your list, then you need to get that in your cart. I saw someone also put the tip in the chat that if you need to restart the timer in your cart, put something in your cart and take it out, and anytime you put something in your cart, it restarts your timer. So if you're still shopping and you're nervous because the timer is running low, do that, because you'll have more time and you can get more stuff without like stressing that you're gonna miss out on it. So
as you can see, look at that. I have 5 cards here that I made.
Yeah, mass producing.
And like I said, if you want to create a design, or if you're working with, I know we're going to be selling them, I think, on Monday, the Altenew, or later on today, actually. Later on today. Or actually, right now.
Altenew is live right now, but we're going to be talking about it early in the morning, because we're crazy and we're going to be here again at 6:30.
But this would be great with using those stamps as well with the layering. So if you wanted to create a mass-produced kind of layered stamp, like the Altenew, like the gorgeous flowers, this is perfect because you can do the base, the base, the base, the base, and then switch your cards, add your stamp for the sentiment, or for the center, and add that, and every single card will be identical. So
very, very
cool.
So
loving the Misty, and now I understand why Laurel is obsessed with this guy, because it makes stamping really easy and making things consistent really easy as well. So make sure you guys check it out.
All right, so we are going to move on to some watercoloring and the Molotow pen, which you guys might or might not be familiar with, but it's basically like a masking pen. So we're gonna show you a really quick video using the Ken Oliver Color Burst and the Molotow pen, and then we'll kind of pull those out and show you a little bit more about it. But getting into watercolor, we've got the Color Burst, and then we're mixing that with the Molotow. So check out that video real quick. So that showed pairing the Molotow pen, which we're going to kind of talk about here in a minute, with the Ken Oliver Color Burst, just doing some really easy DIY artwork. So Megan, you've had a chance to work with the Molotow.
Yes.
Can you tell us kind of your experience and what it is and all of that?
So these are great for masking. So if you are working with a project, let's say you want to you're working with a stamp and you want to create a background, but you don't want certain colors within your stamped image to take on that color of your background, you take the Molotow masking pen and you go over the parts that you don't want to take that color, and it provides a mask right over those areas, so you can take your ink sprays, whatever, spray your background, and once that's dry, you can literally take your finger and just rub, because it turns into kind of like almost like a rubbery kind of touch or kind of feel, and you just use your finger and rub it off, and whatever you masked will stay uncolored.
That's right. So I'm just going to put some on our craft mat here, maybe.
There you go.
It's not sticking to the craft mat because
it's the best craft mat ever.
The best craft mat ever, obviously. But you can see it comes out blue, but it's not going to stay blue on your project. Yeah, I'm just going to.
If you can see it better. Yeah, it won't turn your project blue. It's just the color. I don't know if that helps any.
Yeah,
more,
well,
but
you can now
can
color
kind of see.
over this and then rub that off when it's dry.
and
so
it won't take on the color you're using.
Exactly. So you can see, on that video that we showed you, these lines are where Megan did the Molito, and then she did her color burst on there for some
Pop a
watercolor,
color.
and then just rubbed them off.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah, and I don't have it with me right now, but I also used it with a Christmas stamp that had lots of detail to it, and I wanted just kind of like a red watercolor background. So I did the watercolor background, and then, I did the stamp, masked the areas I didn't want, did the red watercolor background, and then rubbed it off, and then colored it in. So it's a really great, I feel like there's so many things you could do with this guy as well. I've never heard of it, and then when I saw it, I'm like, wait, what is this thing we have? Then I started playing with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this could be another addicting product.
Yeah, for sure. And there's two sizes. There's the 4mm and the 2mm. So you'll get a different tip based on the size. And this is kind of more of a fine one,
Yeah.
the 2mm, and then a little bit more ink because more is
Yep.
going to come out.
Yep.
Or not ink,
Yeah,
but
it's bigger,
the material inside,
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
call it.
Masking fluid.
Yeah, the fluid,
Yeah.
the masking fluid. So that's the Molito pen. I want to check in though with the Crafty Corner and see who is participating in the watercolor challenge, what's going on over there, and what our crafty girls here are working on. So Emily, what's happening over there?
There are a lot of people, I will say from chat, that some people have not seen this tool before. So this is a great way for us to show them because it's such a cool tool, and we've seen that it's not like other masking products out there. There's no smell, it's super easy to work with. So I think you guys are really gonna like it. Let's see, I'm seeing a really cute Santa design taking shape on Chrissy's card. I see a little hat. You're just like such an artist. I'm so jealous. Let's see here. Roxanne, what are you working on?
I've got a snowman here.
Okay.
It's wet, so I can't pick it up.
Okay. Fair.
But I am
Valid.
working on it.
Totally fair. Very nice. Claudia, are you?
I am observing the pros right now because I have not really worked with watercolor before, so I will jump in just a sec, but I'm
It is fun.
kind of observing.
Awesome. I see that we have some great, I don't know if you guys are gonna use these or pick these up, but like these Ken Oliver color bursts are really great for watercolor. They are just these powders that react with water. So you just put a little bit on, you just really need like the teeniest amount, and you spray your water on and it comes up with these gorgeous colors. Katie is about to show them off. Coming back over.
Mike, hopefully you didn't see me taking a sip of my water.
Okay, so as Emily said, Ken Oliver Color Burst, another item that's been all the rage.
These things are like magical powders.
Yes.
And have magical powers.
So you can get them as individuals, just one little bottle, or you can get these sets of 6. There's 2 sets of 6. There's the brights and the earth tones, and you're gonna want all of the colors because it's super addicting. But this is the little bottle, and it is really, really, really powerful pigment. So you only need a tiny bit. Like you literally just tap it, and when you spray water on it, or if you've sprayed water first, whatever technique you want to use, it just spreads out onto your paper. You can paint with it. You can do so many fun things, and
Because it's just like a powder, but the minute you add water, it's like, yeah, it's like mind-blowing. The color that comes out, it's crazy.
So we had Ken Oliver here in our studio, and I haven't switched out my picture yet because I want a different picture in here, but he did this photo mat with a stencil and the color burst. So basically all he did, he laid his stencil down and then just tapped his colors in really, really lightly, like you could barely even tell that you literally tapped just a tiny, tiny bit. You couldn't even tell. And then he sprayed it with water, lifted up his stencil, and he had this, and he took the stencil and did the other reverse side. And that's how he got this. So he just used the extra ink from the water that was on there.
So clever, that
and did that. So this
is so pretty.
Yeah, and then he, painted to make it watercolory and like just super easy.
Yeah, and the fact that he didn't take a paintbrush, it was a stencil and like just tap, 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 spray, spray, spray. This probably took him like what, a few minutes?
Yeah, literally a few minutes. We were doing a video and it was just like, oh, yeah,
There it is.
Yeah, that's
There it
pretty
is.
amazing. And I actually was at my niece's birthday party. She is, I think she was 9, 8. It was all 8 and 9-year-olds. And we did a color burst party. And
So much fun.
we just had stencils, color burst. We had these photo mats. These are also a Ken Oliver product. We had watercolor paper, and we just let them go to town. And it was so much fun. So
Get 'em
even the
start 'em
kids can
early.
do
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
I would love to hear if anybody on the chat has worked with the color burst and any techniques you've used and all of that.
Yeah.
So, Emily, do we have anyone that's commenting?
I actually have a really good question right now.
Okay.
Can the color burst be used to add? Can we use it on cured polymer clay? Like, would that stain it? I mean, that's always something we can try out.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, I know Ken has used them with like acrylic paints, with like gel mediums. I don't know. That's a really good question.
Chrissy said she's used it with resin, so.
And it was good. It worked well with resin. It's a good test.
Yeah.
We're always looking for stuff that if you guys ask us something and we don't know the answer, we'll probably try it out at some point. So if you want us to like either possibly do something cool or completely fail for you, please let us know.
Yeah, we do live streams like this every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Central. So that we're always looking for requests of things to do. So we can add that to our list to try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be a live craft fail.
But yeah, as Emily
We
said,
never
we'll
know.
fail for you. It's
Yeah.
fine.
All right. I'm looking in the Facebook group and I just want to see how many. We've got a couple of watercolor. Oh, I see some Crazy Bird
Crazy
watercolors.
Birds.
So everyone, hopefully you're busy doing your watercolor challenges. If you have any projects that you have done in the past, upload the pictures. Just participate. Have fun.
Yeah.
And then I want to know, I see them watercoloring over there. I want to know what products. Does anyone want to come show us what you're working on? Roxanne?
Roxanne put her head down. Not today. Not today.
No, you don't have to.
No, we're in no pressure place.
Okay,
here.
no pressure.
No pressure. Save space. Fine, if I must. If I must. Oh wait, she's.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's coming.
She's coming.
So,
She's got something up her
I
sleeve.
don't know what she's working with,
I don't
but obviously the color burst is great for great watercolor medium. I think Chrissy's working with the Spectrum Noir Aquas over there. So we'll have, you are too? Okay, so we'll talk about the Spectrum Noir Aquas next with Roxanne, and then maybe we'll put Chrissy on the spot too. I know she's a genius with those. And then do we have anything else? Watercolor products that we also have today, the Peerless watercolors.
Peerless, and then we have the Prisma.
We have the Prismacolor Premier Colored Pencils, which it looks like Claudia might be working with right now. Let's talk about, I think we're gonna go in a little bit more depth in the morning on the Peerless watercolors, but I wanted to show that how these come, because it's very, very unique. This is how you'll get the watercolors in this little pack here. It has a lot of history in here, but just like this. So you can like cut off a little corner and put it in your palette, or you can create your own little palette book with the colors. And you get, all the variety of different colors. And then there's some extras. There's a pack of extras too.
A
So there's
bonus
tons
pack.
of different colors.
And they come in the same form on these kind of papers. And then like Kate said, you can cut off a little swatch. These are obviously a little bit smaller than the sheets that Katie had, but you can cut them off so that way you're working with a little bit at a time instead of kind of committing to your entire section of paper. So these are really pretty.
All right. I think they're still working over there. So we'll check back in on the watercolors in just a few minutes. Emily, what's happening over in Chatland?
I actually have kind of another good question. So, Debbie Batt said that she doesn't really do watercolor that much because it warps her paper, and I suggested, oh, have you tried watercolor paper? But she said that it can be hard for her to stamp on. Is there, Chrissy, Roxanne, one of you might know this, is there some kind of like paper that's maybe a happy medium?
I like Hanson.
You like Hanson?
Hanson,
that's a good recommendation.
And there's usually two sides, so you have like a smooth and a rough side. I always use the smooth side.
Okay.
So flip it over, give it a try.
Also, if you're stamping, use like a pigment ink, like something that has glycerin that the paper will absorb. It takes a little longer to dry, but if you use the quick dry ink, sometimes it will just pick up the paper texture. and not sink into the paper, so.
Cool. All right. Well, Debbie, hopefully that was helpful. We should have some Canton watercolor products on our site. I believe they're in our everyday section. I'm not sure if they will be available on our Black Friday weekend sales, but we can totally look those up for you and help you out in that area so that you can get in on the watercolor game.
Cool. I was just perusing the Facebook page. I see some great watercolor entries. And then I also see that there have been 506 introductions on the intro post.
Wow, that's amazing.
So if you're just joining us, don't forget that there's a post kind of down further in the Facebook event that says introductions on it. It says Blitsy Sleepover introductions. Just introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, snap a picture in your PJs, and we're giving away Blitsy credits throughout the night here. So there's 506 comments in there right now.
Oh my goodness.
You never know when we're gonna throw some credits your way. So
I mean, Emily's just throwing scissors out left and right.
Yeah.
She's just.
I think we've got, so just so you know, we have about 20 pairs of scissors, I think, golden scissors, that we're giving away just tonight. So we've only given 3 away so far. So stick with us. Stick with more
us.
coffee, more caffeine.
Yeah, more coffee.
Excuse me. Is anybody ready with some aqua markers? Sorry, they're ferociously working over there.
I'm trying to color as quick as I can.
Hold on, we're not ready yet.
No problem.
And I know we've talked about this before, the whole kind of watercolor trend that I think of watercolor, and it reminds me of when I was a little kid that you get the little, the little watercolor set and you would kind of color. And now that I feel like it's kind of come back, right? Like adults are getting into it, and the fact that there's like markers you can use, ink pads, powders, like so many different forms of watercolor now. I had no idea.
So
like,
many. Speaking
there were
of
so
which,
many.
I'm gonna run off and grab one more.
Okay.
So
Should I just like dance
stall.
here?
Yeah, just stall.
I have not done much watercoloring. Actually, the canvas or the image that I did with the color burst was the very first time I've actually used the color burst. I'm sorry, Ken, I've always wanted to, but I've been scared. And I was so surprised at how easy it was to use the color burst because, like I said, you just tap the little powder, spray it with water, and then dab it with a paper towel, and you have instant amazing watercolor artwork. So make sure, once again, you guys check out the color burst because they are hugely popular right now.
Okay, this is what I wanted to show. Thanks for stalling for me. Another watercolor product that we are selling right now in the Black Friday sale. This is the 24 color set. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Gansai
the Kirtaki. I know these are super popular. I also have not done much watercolor myself, not that I don't love it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna open this up to show you the set, because this is the one I personally want.
Maybe.
Come on
How many people does it take to open up the watercolors? Two people.
There we go. I think Laurel works with this set pretty often. I've seen in her videos. One of our creative team members, Laurel Beard. So this is a really cool
Those are really pretty.
watercolor
Very vibrant.
set. We've got that on special right now. And I actually have, the reason I wanted to grab this is I ordered an extra one. So I sort of feel like we should give it away.
Probably, because obviously you and I are not clearly watercoloring all that often. I'm sure someone out there is probably, will probably get a better use out of it.
Yeah.
So we probably should just give it away.
Get your fingers ready to type because this is trivia. And trivia you can answer on the chat in the, on the live stream on the right where Emily's manning, or you can answer this in the Facebook event. So wherever you're typing, let's come up with a good trivia question.
Like a question about crafting or a question just about like Blitsy?
A question about Blitsy.
Okay.
So, let's see.
What news did I just announce?
Oh yeah, okay. So, being as specific as possible, on one of our recent live streams, Megan revealed something very personal.
A secret.
A secret. Type in your answer of what you think that is, being as specific as possible. And we'll pick a random comment in just a minute. So I'm actually going to
Be very specific. Very specific.
I am going to look and see if people are guessing.
I know how many of you caught that live stream.
I know some of them did. If they're awake.
If they're awake, that's right. We
If
might
they're
have a whole different crowd because I know obviously it's 2 a.m. here in Chicago. But what, Australia, it's probably, what, 2 in the afternoon? So
They know. Oh, someone said triplets.
No.
Close.
Reel it in. Every time I keep saying, are there 3 in there? No, yes.
So many people know, unless they're just seeing that someone.
They're like, she's pregnant, we can tell.
You can't even tell yet. A couple of times I've been like, oh, I can tell, but for the most part, no. Like, you're.
Just wait.
Just wait. There's
A couple weeks, I'm gonna be like.
There are 2 babies.
Two
in
babies.
there.
Two babies in there.
So, yeah, everyone pregnant with twins and a boy and a girl. Hee hee.
That's what I keep thinking, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's a boy and a girl too.
That's what I think, but we'll have to wait. We'll have that reveal, and then maybe it'll be another trivia question down the road. What am I having?
Yeah, we were showing some stamps the other day on our live stream when we do our 10 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and there was it's a boy stamp and it's a girl stamp, and I was like, Megan, which one of these are you going to need? And she's like, maybe both.
Maybe 2 of each. Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Yes.
Find out.
So, okay, we've got a lot of people answered. Let me check the Facebook page, see if we got if anyone's posting in there.
Well, the way that I told everyone here at work, I was like, okay, I'm sure people probably have like.
I knew.
I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna have mimosas
When
today.
is she gonna tell
I'm like,
me?
I'm really tired. Ugh. So I told everyone here, I was like, I'm like, what did I say? Some of you maybe.
I'm so Some
of you may be
Yes,
wondering.
the news is true.
Yes, the news is true. I'm so crafty. I made 2.
I love it.
Because I got carried away.
She can't do anything just average.
I'm like, let's make 2. Because why not?
Someone's asking, are the challenges supposed to be things we're making right now? Ideally, yes,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like
If it's
as long as
morning and you're not
being
crafting,
creative,
yeah.
we're pretty open.
Or if you have a
It's
project
all
that you've
random,
done,
too,
that you want to share.
Okay.
And once again, we won't know. So if you did a project, last year and you upload a picture, we're not going to go, I think that was last year. We're not going to know. I'm just saying.
Okay. Emily, do you want me to pick, or do you have someone?
I'll let you have some fun. You can pick.
Alrighty.
I'll let you play Oprah for 5 seconds.
It's hard on the Ustream one because a lot of it is anonymous if they haven't logged in. But I am going to pick M. Mumfrey. Just won the watercolor set.
Yay!
So-
Congrats!
M. Mumfrey. Can you add that to wherever you're keeping track of all of this? So M. Mumfrey, if you can, type in your first name so we know, but also email support@blitsy.com to claim your prize, and we'll get that out to you.
Congratulations!
Okay, did we stall enough for our Spectrum Noir Aqua girls?
They're eyeing each other like, you go!
That's okay. It doesn't have to be done. It doesn't have to be done.
We've got nothing, so whatever you
I
got
just
is
want
better
to
than what we
know.
have.
I just want a couple of quick tips of what you're doing and what you know about these markers.
Yeah, and why do you love these markers? Because like I said, we're not really big watercolors, so you have more info than us.
watercolor markers.
Oh my god, how cute! Stop it! I just need to whip something. And
I use these all the time.
Look what you did!
It's not dry, but.
All right, let's go like this so they can
Yeah,
get
they
it.
can
let's see.
see it on the
Okay.
camera
Oh, you
above.
can see it above.
Yeah.
Okay.
How cute is that? Stop it. So how did you do this?
Okay. Normally you get an acrylic block, and then what you do is you take your marker. Let's see, let's do red.
We have acrylic blocks. Do you guys need some over there?
Yes. So I improvised, and we used the acetate from the
We have
stamp.
plenty of acrylic
Whatever
blocks. Just speak up.
Okay.
Okay.
I always squeeze some water out onto my mat, just so I have something to work with. Or you can do it right on your block too.
Okay.
And then you want to just pick up a little bit of the color. And let's see, we'll color the bird, just this burgundy. So you want a really light touch, and then I'll brush off the color. And then what you want to do is you want to move that color around. You can always add more color, but you can't take it away.
Let me find you acrylic block.
Yeah,
Oh, it's right there.
So try and
I
be
got you,
light
Lauren.
with the hand so that you're
Very
not
light.
going
But I mean,
overboard.
you
And
do
you
want,
can always.
see how you have
I'm
dark.
just gonna back your head up because you're in the overhead camera. Your head's blocking it.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're fine.
Okay. So now I'm okay, now I'm way back here.
I know.
You have to let it dry though. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's why I had to start over because, and you can see here where it bled a little bit, but if you leave it and you let it dry, it works really well.
That is so
That's
cool.
where you need to be patient. That's the hard part.
Yes. And what crafter is patient?
I mean,
Not me.
see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I've ruined so many projects.
It's true.
Forget
It's
it's
true.
fine. Then you smudge the paint or you smudge the whatever. And you're like,
And then you
"Ugh."
start over.
I
See
know.
what
I
happens?
know. Like if I
And
just
normally I
waited-
don't color this fast, so.
Yeah.
You take your time.
I do. I take my time. I set it
Right.
aside.
I normally have an acrylic block for you.
But you know what? It worked. Whatever. It worked.
See, you're creative. You're like, how can we make this work?
Yes.
Where to
So I
crafty
did.
place
Oh,
and,
here.
and where the heck are
Here
the
we go.
acrylic
Okay.
blocks?
So this is what we would do. Here we go.
Ooh,
Okay, so you color a little bit on there, and you can also just put like a puddle of water. My pen might be out. I squeezed too much. Here. But you put some water on there, and you can work it in.
There you go.
So you do this, and then if you want to add some shading, like to the bottom of your snowman, again, you use a really light touch.
Look how
I
cute your
usually-
nails
I know, I was like, is that a
Oh.
reindeer?
And I did do it just for today.
I love
I'm like, look at that little reindeer staring back at us. How cute is he? Oh my gosh.
So here, so see, then you work the color in, and it's very subtle. And then once it dries, you can go back and you can add, like if you want it a little darker, see what happens when you add
Ooh,
it?
yeah.
That's why I say you gotta use a really light touch, because you can over add.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because we want shading towards
Yeah.
the bottom.
See, look at all that shading you're doing.
Yeah.
So
But see how
awesome.
easy it is?
Yeah.
It's super
See, but I feel like
easy.
you guys make it look easy. Like I feel like if I did that, it would look
It is.
like.
Do you
yeah,
wanna
like-
try it on
I'm
my
scared.
snowman?
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of shading.
You're getting comments on love your nails.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it looked like Rudolph is like staring back up at them. He's
He's like, hello.
like, hello. It's after Thanksgiving, so bring it on. Bring on all the.
I did. I had to tell my son though. I said, I'm doing my nails for Christmas. Don't be mad.
I know, you're
He's
like-
very like, it's got to be Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
then Christmas. So, and this
kind
is
of
my
agree.
youngest too.
It's like I kind of caved
go.
when we had that major snow a couple or last week. I was like,
Yes.
well, it's really snowy and it feels like Christmas. I'm like, do
That's
I
what
do
I
I
said.
put the Christmas music on? I'm like, I struggled and I allowed myself like one song.
There we go. See? So now you've got shading in your snowman.
I think Emily might have a
I love
question.
it.
So
Thank
see,
you so
it's
much.
super easy to
And
do.
you're using the Spectrum
I
Aqua
love these. They're
markers.
so easy to use, really.
All right,
They
before
are.
you go,
They're
I think
awesome.
someone might have a question for you, Emily.
I'm getting a couple questions. Can you go over how you stamped the image? Did you color on the stamp? What like ink did you use? Can you go over that?
For this particular one, I did a distress ink, but typically I usually use VersaFine, which is just, I use black, Onyx black, and it works really well. You have to let it dry, and then you can go in and you can start coloring. But if you want a really thin line like this, or if you want no line, Chrissy's really good with this. She
She's rolled her eyes.
encouraged me. I know, she just rolled her eyes at me. She encouraged me, so I tried it out, and I really like it. I think I'm gonna do it again.
That is so
But yeah, but you can
cute.
use, I used, I'm not sure, I think I used tea dye, but you can even use a lighter color if you really don't want a line around it. So you can
Awesome.
use whatever color you want.
We're gonna go to a quick break and then come back live. What time is it? 2:15.
2:15.
What time are we coming back? 2:30.
2:30.
So
So
back in like 10 minutes, maybe like a little bit after 2:30, just like a touch.
Maybe
yeah,
2:30.
couple minutes past 2:30. We'll
Get a
be
couple
back
glasses
live.
of,
Let us
I mean,
know
not
in the
like-
comments
Couple cups of coffee.
Yeah. Let us know in the
Have our
comments if
energy.
there's anything that you want to see more of, or if there's anything in particular you want. We've got a lot of stuff here we can start pulling and show you, but we're just being kind of nimble and going with the flow. So let us know in the comments. The Facebook page will still be going strong while we're on break, so we will see you guys in there and come back in at about a little after 2:30.
Perfect.
See you guys then.